Hey there, fellas. So it's currently winter, we're in the middle of the holiday season. When you look around while driving, you see snow all over the place, and it is really cold outside. And the people are all having fun, especially the youngsters, who love to ride down hills in all sorts of sleds, and on snow tubes. Yeah, they're into snow tubes. Now you might recall that we've got ourselves a gigantic tire tube, plus a second one which is slightly more compact, which I've brought over for a comparison. Now here's what I suggest we do. I suggest we go ahead and make ourselves a huge snow tube and head out for some testing. The second tire tube, which is smaller, it's here for visual comparison, to see the difference between a ginormous tube and one that isn't as impressive. We've also got this here banner to wrap around it. That's so that the tube goes about gliding over the snow in a spectacular and effortless fashion, and gets up to some impressive speed. Alright, let's throw all of this together and head out to do some testing. Let's do this. Our Lada goes for a ride on a snow tube. Translation and voiceover by BMI Russian. Come on, Vladimir. Okay, fellas. While we were putting the tube together, well, it did turn out to be pretty nifty, am I right? It's quite obvious that we'll be going for a ride, but we're also going to have to extend the favor to our Lada. But before that, we need to do some testing. A car is a rather heavy thing, so the tube is going to be under considerable load. And though we wrapped it in a banner, tied it down with some ropes, and even placed a slab of plywood on top of it just in case, to keep something from puncturing the tire tube, we need to find out how durable this thing is. Will it be able to hold the weight of a car? Let's go ahead and carefully settle it down and see how the tire tube wrapped in a banner behaves itself. Let's do this. Yeah, it is pretty hard. It won't go any further? Well, that's it then. Fantastic. There has to be so much pressure in there. Then again, you can press it in with your finger. Nah, you know what? It's not that bad. It is pretty reasonable. Now I suggest we wait until dawn, go for a ride ourselves, and show the Lada a fun time as well. Let's do this. But before we head out and find a field, we just have to do some testing to figure out where you need to sit, and how to transfer your weight, and all of that other jazz, as not to fall off. What are you laughing at? He's standing there smiling. I'm almost positive that he's gonna bring that UAZ up to 110 Ks. Yeah, there you go. Okay, time to have some fun. There we go. It's having a pretty hard time. Nice. We've got snow in our faces. We are scooting, look at that. Even if it's the wrong way. I can't see anything. I told you to wear goggles. Alright, it appears I've just catapulted from the tube. How you doing, buddy? You okay? Happy New Year? What have you got going on here? They're actually pretty soft. Usually they turn into ice cubes. You take them off, plant them, and there you go. You alright? Yeah, I'm fine. So much snow, eh? Yes. Yes what? That was fun. It's like childhood all over again. And so on to the next order of business. Now there's the matter of placing that Lada onto the tube and sending it down a hill. Let's do this. Alright, we are ready for action. You would have just seen us fixing up the tube. Looks like we've got everything nicely secured. Let's get everything into position and take that Lada for a ride. Alright, I like what I'm seeing right now. The tube is holding up. The car is placed on top of it. It's all good. I don't know how this is gonna go. I guess we need to push it somehow. But the last thing we want is for the car to fall off. But we also don't have the slightest desire to crawl underneath the car either. I mean, something could go wrong and the tube might pop. Wouldn't want to crush anybody. Hopefully it's able to keep it straight. I mean, this is a narrow corridor. In any case, I'm sure it wants to go for a ride. And we'd certainly like to take it for a ride. Let's do this. There we go. Don't stop. Well, it did get somewhere. Why did you stop pushing it, guys? We almost made it to the incline. Things were going quite well, so obviously nobody has ever ridden on a tube here before. The snow wasn't really packed. So we pushed the car, but at some point it strayed from its course. You see, nobody has ever gotten around to leveling this road, so instead of being even, the path itself is sort of at an angle. And so the car would lean to one side or to the other, until it completely went sideways and fell onto its flank. Well, okay, at least we have some kind of understanding. Now I guess we carefully extract the car, plant it once again, and well, it should at least glide over this packed surface nicely. So we bring it up to speed and allow for it to plow down that hill. That's what we hope for it to make its way down, right to the very end. But what's actually going to happen? Well, that we're about to find out. Our Lada is riding that tube. Fantastic. Well, guys, yeah, we did have to run, albeit downhill, in order to push it up to speed. Who said Ladas are incapable of riding tubes? You guys just saw it go like a bat out of hell? And it found a great place to stop. So the Lada has been for a ride on that tube. Now it appears it's going to be the other way around. Nothing unusual. Right, fellas, as you just saw, this was a tremendous success. 107% rate and everything. We took a ride ourselves, then the Lada followed suit. Though I should say that we did see some cracks start to form on that banner due to the cold weather. Especially when we placed the Lada onto the tire tube. The tube puts the pressure onto the banner and starts to tear it apart. It did hold up, though. Right, fellas, we had to go. So did the Lada. This was great. And hopefully you enjoyed watching us freeze and laugh our asses off. It's all good. Subscribe, send in those comments and suggestions. Give us a big thumbs up. All right, catch you later. Yep. We take a rope and drag both the Lada and the tube up that hill.